with Neo Leburu, who's a young farmer in the Northwest. She's now joining us from Kagisano. Very good afternoon to you, Neo, and thank you so very much for joining us here on SABC News.
Good afternoon.
Now, you're definitely not the stereotypical idea of what one expects when they think of a farmer, and I'm sure you're aware of that. I mean, you did say in your clip. How did you come to, this sort of career path and decided that, I'm going to go into farming?
I think maybe that was encouraged by growing up in a village like Kagisano, where you grow up seeing families who raise their kids, take their kids to school, all through farming. And my family has my grandfather actually has a land where he used to farm. So my mom decided that she would start with the 3 goats that we had to start this. It's a small scale farming. So we've started in 2006, and now we've grown to having 34 goats.
Yeah.
So I think it was 2016, I decided to resign so that I can go into farming full time.
What's the most sort of challenging part of what you do? I mean, there are obstacles in any career path that one would choose, but you're in a career that's considered a white man's career path, and here you are as a black female, a beautiful black female, might I add. Take us through the sort of challenges that you're faced with. I mean, you spoke about red tape in the clip that we played earlier on, but I can imagine that there are as many challenges as there are opportunities in what you're doing, and I think maybe that could give some sort of encouragement as well for today's youth, as we commemorate Youth Day today.
One of the most challenging thing is gender-specific obstacle. Farming is believed to be a thing for men. In one of my recent posts, when I was sharing my pictures, some lady said a comment like, farming isn't for women. Women are not allowed to do farming. It's not allowed in our culture. But I don't believe in that. I believe women, we can do anything that we put our minds to. I'm very passionate about farming, and I didn't want to think this. I don't want to think that I can't do this because most people who are doing this are men. I decided to challenge myself, and also by challenging myself, encourage young female farmers to go into farming and stop this mentality of thinking this is only for men.
Yeah. I think apart from, you being inspiring for other young women and showing that there's nothing really that's impossible for a young black female to go out and do, you're also, creating work opportunities, training people, and I'd like to know, what your advice would be to, there's youth out there who go and, they study, they get qualifications, they get training, and they go out into the real world and, there are no job opportunities. And some of them are now having to be faced with the prospect of having to create their own opportunities, create their own employment, much like you have. What would you say to the youth today?
It's going into farming when you are a female person, especially a young female farmer. It has its own challenges, especially the fact that you would find that it's only a few of us who have already started this farming, and then you'll meet men. You'll go to people who have already started farming and ask them to help you, to ask them to mentor you, but they discourage you by telling you that this is not for you. Why don't you go into something else? Because farming has a lot of work. Farming needs a lot of patience, and it's it's something that they actually believe we cannot do. But I'd encourage women to go into farming and challenge themselves, get to visit farms more. And even if they can start at the back of their homes, like a backyard farming. I'm sorry, I'm too nervous.
It's okay.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
Sorry about this.
Yeah. All right. No, thank you very much. I think you've said, the majority of what you needed to say. Don't be nervous. Thank you so much for giving us your time here on SABC News. You're a real inspiration, and you certainly shouldn't be nervous to be on air. Thank you so much, Neo. Thank you for your time.